Today, let's talk about apprenticeship program. Apprenticeship program is done all over the world. I've done my findings. You can check it online. Check various countries like the US, the UK, Germany, Switzerland, everywhere. You will see different kind of apprenticeship program. What is apprenticeship program? For example, we have a master, we have apprentice. The apprentice is learning from the master. Then we believe that over a period of time, the apprentice will be skilled on that particular job. It can be any kind of work, artisan and trading and so on. But the idea here is for a master to reproduce himself or herself. One way or the other, at one point in time, they also learn from someone. Because sometimes you can be gifted, but to professionalize that particular career, sometimes it requires learning, do apprenticeship under someone, right? I want us to consider the method. That is the aim of this video. Let's look at the method. Now I want us to compare Igbo method and Yoruba method. For those of us that we don't understand these tribes, Yoruba and Igbo, they are major tribes in Nigeria, West Africa. Let's start like this. Now, for Igbo method of apprenticeship, the idea is for the master to reproduce himself by teaching apprentice. It might be a skill, it might be a trade. Now, over a period of years, the master saves some money for the apprentice so that when it is time for the apprentice to go and be on his own, the master will bring this money to help the apprentice to establish, to get office space and all that. The advantage of this type of method is that as a master, you have this opportunity to reproduce yourself. In fact, research according to Reno Mokri, he said that to create millionaires, you can use Igbo type of method of apprenticeship. Because in a space of 10 years, a master can decide to help 2 people in their community. You bring these people, you train them for like 5 years. After that, you give them their own shop to operate. It means that in those 2 people, by the time they start working, within 2 years operating their own shop, they also can get another person. Now, within a space of 10 years, look at the way one person is able to reproduce himself. Because don't forget, leadership is by product. Leadership is not by mouth. Leadership is not by noise. Leadership is about you reproducing yourself in the society. If you're a good leader, you are going to reproduce your own self. You can't give what you don't have. If you're a bad leader, you are going to reproduce bad leaders, bad people in the society. That is just the truth. Now, let's look at the Yoruba type. Lest I forget that in this Igbo method, it's possible for the apprentice to pay for apprenticeship. It's possible. But what we are saying is that when it is time for the apprentice to go and establish him or herself, what support is the master giving to the apprentice? What support? There are 2 types of support you can get from anybody. It's either the person not giving you any support but allow you to go in peace, or the person is giving you a support either in cash or in types of material that you can kickstart to use to kickstart your own career. Now, but it is also possible for the master not to give you anything but collect from you again. That is the Yoruba apprenticeship method. How they do it is this. You will pay for apprenticeship, for registration, for everything. After spending years, and it is time for you to go and establish yourself, they will now give you a list. that list is going to contain a lot of items. They are going to for the free, they call it freedom. The list can be divided into two. Some will even tell you that you have to bring some in the morning and you have to bring some in the evening for party. That is another problem. They like to throw party. Someone throwing a party and you don't have money to rent a shop. Now, this is what they will do. The list can say in the morning, you bring this item. The item will be divided into two. One for the master alone and the other one for the association. The association will meet early in the morning to eat pounded yam. You see? Now, for the master alone, they can say 1 live chicken, 2 crates of soft drink, 1 crate of Gouda, 1 crate of trophy, this and that. Then for the association, they will now say big bowl of 2 bowls of pounded yam, big bowl of chicken, crate of Gouda, trophy, malt, Fanta or Coca-Cola you see. Then in the evening, they will now list almost the same thing, but instead of pounded yam now, they will now give you a list of that contain rice, chicken, beer, and all that. They will now say that is what they will need for you to come and get a blessing from your master. So something similar happened to someone very close to me in 2015. And then they gave him a list, a long list. And I look at it what is all this? This practice is not helping matter. It's subjecting people to poverty. Just imagine a young man after leaving your master. You have to go and do many a job, do all sort of things because you want to throw a party, because you want to buy beer, you want to buy live chicken, roasted chicken for your master and the association. And they will now tell you that it is only when they eat those things they can pray for you. That when they now pray for you, the blessing will go. The question you should ask yourself is that these people that have been praying for people with their beer, with their chicken, whatever, with their rice, their pounded yam, how much of their life has changed? How much of their life have been transformed? Because if the same way someone has prayed for them, people should have seen the sign in them. I'm telling you, it's not working. It has never worked. And it will not work. It subjects people to poverty. Let me tell you, there are a lot of people that cannot practice what they learn today because they have to go and hustle, to go and make money to do freedom. After the freedom, a lot of them lost interest. A lot of them, by looking for what hustle for them to buy equipment, to rent shop, to pay for shop rent and all that, they have to change career entirely. They are frustrated. People are frustrated. And when frustration sets in, it can lead to depression. People have to join bad gang, join robbery and all that just to survive. Because someone said that it's like a cultural practice. I said, no. If you are talking about cultural practice, I will tell you something that no culture is brought from heaven. Every culture that we see today across the world, some people came together to establish it. And according to the definition, culture can change over time. It's a way of life or lifestyle that's known amongst a set of people. And then this set of people, over a period of time, they will go. It means that this thing called culture, tradition can change. So if you are telling me that collecting money from apprentice in the name of freedom is a cultural practice, I will tell you, yes, it must change. Let's change our society. Let's start doing something that can help us to build a better society. People are actually in poverty, not because they don't have a skill, but if you ask people, the artisan in our society, How many of them are working with modern equipment? How many of them, when you enter some shop, you will not be able to sit down? A lot of them are just struggling. Why? The starting point is wrong. You cannot be making money to do a party and you say somebody pray for you. What kind of prayer is that? Let me now tell us the way forward. If you are a master, I know you can hear me. Please stop it. Just decide in your heart to help people. Once people pay for apprenticeship, please let them have their freedom in peace. There is no, don't say because of your stomach infrastructure, because you want to eat chicken, you want to drink beer, you now tell them to go and you will now give them a list worth about 100K because of freedom. No, you are subjecting them to poverty. I'm begging you. I know the problem with us in Nigeria is that someone has done something bad to you, something evil. You also must pay it to another people. That's what we like to do. Somebody collected bribe from you, you also must collect from them when you now get the job. So that is the mentality. But we have to change. If you have passed through something bad, don't try to push other people into the same thing. Let's make a change, and the change starts from you. Number 2, for the parents, if you are taking your child to a place to go and learn work, try to be patient and get all the information. Some people don't ask. They just take their child to a place to go and learn work. After 3-4 years, the master will now say, let me give you a list. What you need to do in that situation, if you are taking your child to any place to learn work, ask the master properly, what is your method? What is your strategy? What is your style of apprenticeship? Both of you should discuss it. If the master now begin to say that after everything, he will buy this, you will come and bring this, you will come and throw party, tell them we are not interested. If he or she is not, take your child to another place. He or she is not the only one that can train people, right? Take your child to another place. Let me tell you something that the mistakes people also they make. They will tell you that they will give them certificate. What kind of certificate? Certificate that is not recognized anywhere. It is only ITF. We have ITF that train people, that people do apprenticeship. Just like in the US, they have their own different organization that do apprenticeship, that when they give you certificate, that certificate is nationally recognized. Aside that, all this roadside whatever that they claim they are giving people, the certificate is not recognized. So don't allow anybody to bamboozle with certificate. Tell them we don't need the certificate. I want my child to learn from you. I will pay apprenticeship, whatever. But after that, for the freedom, I don't have anything. I don't do any freedom. Forget about the party. Forget about the rice. Forget about the live chicken or roasted chicken. Tell them. It's because we have not been speaking up against this thing. That's why it persists. Yes, that's why it persists. A lot of us, we just accept everything that people tell us. But now, it has to stop. Lastly, before I go, to you, apprentice, my solution now to you, the way forward to you is this. Let me tell you something. The beauty of every work is for you to have equipment and for you to be established. Look at the world today. There are a lot of equipment manufactured to assist every aspect of life, every kind of work. Which work do you want to learn that you can't find equipment for? I'm not talking about old equipment here. I'm talking about modern equipment. I'm talking about setting up your office. So that when people come there, they will feel comfortable dealing with you. Not that when you spend your own money, you dance in the street with band, with trumpet. After everything, you call DJ, you dance that nonsense dance. At the end of the day, you be looking for money, and you be calling people, please help me. Oh, I want to pay for house rent. I want to pay for shop rent. I don't have. Some people will give you work. Instead of you to use modern equipment, you are using manual. And you expect the same person to bring work again. Later, you now say you don't have money to repay your house, to renew your office rent. You see, all these things we need to think. People should start thinking that in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, where will I be in this work I'm doing? If you begin to think that nobody can sell lies to you and tell you that I must drink beer, I must eat chicken because I want to bless you. Nobody can come and tell you that you must get certificate. Which certificate? Roadside certificate that is not even recognized anywhere. Don't you know? Those certificates are not. Some people will tell you that if you don't do that, you can't practice here. Let me tell you something. On that particular point, let me tell you something. If you are doing any work and some people are coming as association, telling you that if you don't join us, if you don't do a freedom, if you don't elaborate, you cannot practice. If you don't join us, you cannot practice. Go and look for any lawyer. Number one, go and find out on the internet what is the view of the Constitution. Go and find out from any lawyer. Just tell them, please, lawyer, some people say I should come and join the association, that if not, I cannot practice my work in this town. What is the view of the Constitution? Let those lawyers interpret the Constitution for you. You will now realize that they are just bamboozling you with lies. They are trying to intimidate you, to create fear. The Constitution say about freedom of association. Nobody have the right to come to any shop to come and remove anything. But if you don't take any step and you are sitting down, they are creating fear that you cannot practice in your country, you cannot practice in a town. Says who? And you begin to shake. Let me tell you, if you accept it, they will give you. But if you reject it, they will take it. That is the point. Let's help the next generation. Let's help the upcoming one. Let's help the youth. Let them learn skill and let's guide them to get equipment rather than throwing a party. It doesn't work. This thing is causing poverty. I'm telling you what I know, and I'm telling you what I've seen, what I've heard, what I know. Thank you very much. Please share this video. Let it get to where it needs to get to. Make your comment. Ask me a question. I will answer you. To you parent, please don't fail in your responsibility. Guide the young ones. Guide your children. Please, you master, please do the right thing. You apprentice, use your head. Use your head. Go and think. Go on the internet and find out everything I've said. Go and find it out. Fact check everything I say and use your head. Thank you very much.